We got some yummy stuff over here.
Yeah, 'tis the season, huh?
Smells really good. Yeah, we've got some crawfish, and we're going to be talking about, is crawfish healthy or is it unhealthy? And this is brought to you by Shavers Catering. So shout out to them. Thank you so much for providing the crawfish for us today. Yeah, so we're going to talk about, crawfish in and of itself is actually really healthy.
Okay.
It's a good source of protein.
Good. That's great to hear.
A lean protein, to be exact. And actually, serving is about 3 ounces. So you have to peel a lot of crawfish in order for, to amount to 3 ounces.
Yeah.
But it also has iron and B vitamins and selenium, which is a trace mineral that it's kind of hard to find in your diet. So that's a really good plus with crawfish.
That's found in crawfish,
sure
right?
Is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And so we've also got, the things that we add. Now this is where we kind of derail a little bit in Louisiana when we go to a crawfish boil. You add a lot of different things. We've got the typical, what are your favorites, Nate?
I'm scared to tell you. I like the butter and things that. I like all the things you probably shouldn't have, but that's why I appreciate you breaking this down for us.
Yeah.
Potatoes are great, corn's great. You and I were talking,
classics.
love the lemons, but
yeah,
you got some new things here. I wouldn't think about green beans and mushrooms and some of the other things you have on here.
Yeah, especially the peppers, right?
Yeah.
So peppers, mushrooms, green beans will add a little bit more fiber to your crawfish boil, and really, anything that can be boiled and that will taste good and that's nice when you boil it with the seasonings and everything. Now the seasoning also is kind of where we derail a little bit. So your typical crawfish seasoning is about 390 milligrams of sodium is in a quarter of a teaspoon.
That's not a lot. I mean, it's a lot of sodium for just a little bit that you're using.
Yes, right. Yeah, the recommendation is to limit it to 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. And this is already, you're probably going to dump this whole thing into your crawfish boil. And then you're adding the saturated fat from the butter, and you're not really getting a lot of fruits and vegetables from, a crawfish boil. And really the big thing with crawfish boils is the portion size, like anything else, moderation. And so, making sure you're drinking a lot of water because you're eating all of this sodium. So when you need to also make sure you're drinking plenty of water.
Let me ask you this, Courtney. I'm sure we're going to have some people out there that are traditionalists. They've made their crawfish the same way their parents and their grandparents made it. So they would be thinking, well, I don't know if I'm going to do that because I'm going to sacrifice on taste.
Right.
Now, when you're adding different things, is it still comparable? Is it still going to taste as good?
I think that when you add, especially different vegetables, you're going to add a little bit more flavor from the vegetables, especially mushrooms and peppers. It's going to give you a little bit more flavor. Now, you can still use the seasonings. I actually made my own seasoning.
Okay.
And, you can just add half of the salt.
Little leaves in there.
Yeah, bay leaves.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
It gives a little bit more flavor.
Okay.
And add like half of the sodium to your seasoning. And really it comes down to portion size. If you aren't willing to sacrifice, just watch your portions, watch the alcohol intake because that's usually associated with a social gathering.
Yes.
And drink plenty of water.
Okay, some good tips there. I think it's interesting. I mean, who doesn't like the potatoes and the corn and the everything? Everything you have on this plate would be good just to add to it.
Yeah, instead of taking away, just focus on adding.
Yes. All right, very cool. Great tips, Courtney.
Well, thank you. Well, if you have a topic you'd like me to cover, send us an email at pressrelease@ktbs.com.
I want to give another shout out to Shavers too.
Yes.
I know crawfish is kind of hard to come by right now. So hey, real fast little plug. You can also check out our KTBS 3 crawfish price tracker. We got that up on our website. Let you find some crawfish too. And Courtney just gave you some healthy tips. Enjoy.
Sure did. Thanks. Be right back.